Alrighty, guys, we're going to kick off today's meeting. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Today, we're talking about CRMs. For anyone who might not know, that's an acronym for Customer Relationship Management Software. I wanted to mix this one in earlier in the year to go with our theme that we had going, kicking off the year strong. Obviously, contacts equal contracts, and CRMs are a fantastic way to keep yourself organized, plan out the activities that you have for the week, and keep track of your numbers as well. That way you can have a predictable and duplicatable business. With that being the case, I kind of wanted today to start off going over the CRM systems that our team has used here currently and in the past. And then after that, we'll open it up to everybody else to discuss, systems that they used themselves. So to start it off, we're gonna go with the oldest one we've been using, and that's Top Producer. I'm gonna share my screen here. Bear with me a second. Hopefully you guys can all see the Zoom link there. Is everyone seeing my screen? Nod your head. Okay. So give me a second here.
We have it up.
Yeah. I just had to move the Zoom control so I can start toggling these.
Oh, you're on Bouge though.
Tabs. Yep. Okay, so here's Top Producer. This is our tried and true. Poppy's been using this, ever since I believe you got into the Mike Ferry program. And it's got a very classic look. They've got Top Producer 8i, and then they also have Top Producer X that they offer. Top Producer X does everything that Top Producer 8i does. It just has a refreshed, a little bit more modern look. But it's pretty straightforward. You can plan out your activities for the day, sales pipeline, listings coming up, close and pendings. In addition to that, they've got marketing tabs to create flyers and postcards for all your marketing efforts. Top Producer has something a little unique in that they offer what's called Market Snapshot. It's a pretty cool feature that, periodically throughout the year, you can send your clients a market snapshot. It has good statistics on there, and it goes by their property address and does all the statistical work for you and gathers that information, and you just simply email it out. So that's a pretty cool touch that Top Producer offers.
Yeah, let me just jump in there for a minute, Brooks, because in addition to that, that statistic also comes up as something to talk about, and you can then talk to your clients about what's sold around their area, which is a great asset to you if you want to use it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point. I mean, that information is a good conversation starter and a good thing to do, at least twice a year or, on a quarterly basis.
Correct.
Brooks, just to let you know, that's actually automated on the newer version.
Okay.
So when you have a client,
switch over here. This is what Top Producer X looks like. So a little different look, but yeah, if you want to keep explaining what that does and how that works.
Yeah, so if you have a client and you want them to start receiving the snapshots, you actually can sign them up and you can decide how often you want them to get it. And it will, whether you want it monthly, quarterly, twice a year, it will automatically send them a snapshot without you even knowing it. And then it kind of notifies you within the system that it went out. So
That
it's,
is all. Yeah, that's awesome.
now I will say this. I've been testing myself on the snapshots, and they're, whether it's this particular market or it's in general, they remind me more of a Zillow Zestimate type snapshot. It is definitely not an accurate number. Some of the statistics are close, but just keep that in mind that, kind of like Jean said, if a snapshot goes out, it may be your reason to kind of like just reach out to them twice a year and be like, this is or is not completely accurate, but so,
It's a ballpark, a rough
Yeah.
estimate.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you know, like with all automated estimation systems, they're not always 100% accurate. They're using algorithms and stuff, and nothing's as accurate as doing what we do or a appraiser does and pulls the most comparable comps and giving value. But like my grandfather said, it's a great means of starting a conversation, and it's great that all this is taken care of for you and it's done automatically. It saves you a ton of time. I'm gonna pull down the pricing of what Top Producer looks like now. You got the starter system, that's $60 a month, and that just includes only the CRM package. The bump up to get that market snapshot, you have to go to the professional category, and that's $95 a month. And then the advanced category is $105, so another $10, and you get 5 Street. From my understanding, we don't really use that, but it's a lead routing system that you can subscribe to on its own or as a whole with a whole package, and it will take leads from Zillow, Realtor.com, and automatically drive those into your CRM Top Producer system. So, you know, obviously that can be added on to the whole package for just $10 a month. So at this point, I'm going to move on to Befini Referral Maker. That's another CRM that we used. And, you know, we'll come back to all this for questions and we'll open it up here at the end. So if you have those, hang on to those for just a second. I'm going to skip over here. Here's Buffini's Referral Maker. And this is a great system as well. Looks a little different, but you'll see it has all the marketing and same style tools as what Top Producer has. I'm going to keep this pretty brief on this system, but the one thing I wanted to highlight is the items of value that Befini Referral Maker gives you each month. This is not necessarily, it's something like the market snapshot. It's a marketing material that they put together each month. It's on a completely different topic. And sometimes it's just, you know, organizing finances or tips and tricks around your house. They're great conversation pieces that get sent out each month. You can send them out digitally via email and also direct mail as well. And actually, their company has, for an additional fee, they will send out, you know, 100 of direct mail pieces to 100 of your clients. So that's something that we actually employ on our team. We set up a top tier group of clients that we're direct mailing each month, and then the rest of our database gets the emailed version of that item of value. But again, this is something that you don't have to think about. They put all the thought and effort into the marketing creation, and then you send it out, and it gives you a talking point on your next phone call or pop-by that you would make to these folks. So that's something that's pretty cool and unique to Befini Referral Maker. Now, skipping on to the last thing that we use, I know there's several people, including myself, that use it on our team. is just the free system that you get actually through Remax International, and that's the Bouge CRM. And it's come a long ways. I will say it's been a little clunky in the early stages. They just bought this whole suite, well, the whole company more or less, Bouge, a couple years ago, and really started to implement this technology. And again, it was clunky, but it's come a long ways. It has all the same sort of features with the marketing materials and means of scheduling the next calls and the activities. It also has a deal pipeline and transaction management system that's pretty cool. I do like that feature of it. But in addition, you also get your Remax website that you can go in there and customize to your liking, and the possibilities on that one are endless. So that's a great system if you're not doing anything. At least, you know, dip your toes in the water and explore that one and try to use something. It's again, a free tool to you through Remax International. I'm gonna stop the screen share at this time, and I will open it up to kind of questions, and also we'd like to get your experience with what you're using and what you like about it. At this point, who has questions on the three systems that we kind of went over? Anyone? No?
Does Buffini system track the deal, like with when you get a deal in and then you have the different tasks involved, or is it truly just a referral management system?
I don't use that as a deal tracker. Michelle, I see you're on the call here. You've got a lot of experience with Referral Maker. Is that possible within that system?
It is, yes. So with Referral Maker, you can track, you can set up the tasks to do. So Sean, who's on the call also, he sets up all the tasks when the mortgage is due, inspections are due. So she'll set up all those tasks, and then it tracks and it sends reminders to, she can set reminders 2 days before it's due, so we can check on it 5 days before. So we get reminders constantly in our email and when you pull it up during the day. It also tracks income. It tracks all of our volume. We have it set up as a team. So each individual team member they can track their own income, and at the end of the year, just print the report, and that's what goes to your account. You can track, you know, exactly what you made, production, splits, things like that. So you can track all your daily tasks for each transaction.
So
Yeah.
do you, when you say you have it set up for the team, is it like, do you pay one fee and then you have the capability of the team, or do you pay per team member?
One fee, and then the capability is there for all three of us.
Perfect.
Yes.
So I pulled the current pricing on Referral Maker. That looks to be $149 a month for the CRM. And then if you want them to handle the direct mail piece for you to those 100 clients, that's an additional $129 a month. And they'll do more than 100, obviously, with the additional $129. They do 200, or, you know, however many you want to do. But that's the fee for that direct mail piece.
Right. We don't do the, we don't have them mail it for us. Sean does that because obviously expense-wise, we figured it's less expensive for Sean to do it. But in that $149 also includes the capability to email the item of value. We get 100 per month of the paper version that gets mailed out. And it also gives you a discount when you go to their events too, if you do the monthly, that $149. So each person gets a discount to go to the events too. So it includes, there's a little bit more to it than just the access to the CRM.
Now, we do use the mail out monthly only because so many times in the past for us, we would start to do it and then get busy and we'd miss a month and that type of thing. And for us, it was just easier to put it in somebody else's hands. So I know it's a bigger expense, but if you get into those type of situations and just put it as part of your marketing budget, it's pretty seamless, isn't it, Brooks, as far as allowing them to do it for us?
Oh, absolutely. It's you don't even think about it. They just go out each month and you don't have to even think.
Right. So you can do it either way, but it's a really good marketing piece, the item of value that comes from the Buffini system. So I'd encourage people to look into the referral maker system probably first, only because it has those extra features maybe that Top Producer doesn't have, or Bouge. Yep.
It also, if I could add one more thing, with that CRM, it also gives you a referral network. So if you've got someone who asks you, do you have anybody in Philadelphia you can refer me to? You just go right to their referral network, plug in the city or the town that you need. It'll pull up every other Befini agent or someone who's in the Befini program, and you can just call them up. And that's how I use that constantly for our outgoing referrals and incoming too. So it gives you that network right away that you're talking with somebody else on the other end who is in the same system, has experience, seasoned, things like that.
I just got an email too. Brian Buffini is going to be at R4 this year.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yep. Cool. Anybody have any other questions they want to go over at this point on those three systems?
Brooks?
Yes.
Buffini just added BombBomb to their video capabilities for email.
That's great. So that's not a additional cost. That's something that's included with your.
I think it's additional. I'm pretty sure it's additional. But it's not. It's less than belonging to BombBomb.
Okay, I'll look into that. For those who don't know, BombBomb is a software, I guess, that it allows you to send videos within your email. It's cool. It simplifies the process for you. If you are interested in sending videos through email, kind of like I do the recaps for these meetings, I can show you how to do a free way. It's a little more labor intensive than what BombBomb makes it, but it really is pretty simple that you can use for those systems as well. But it's awesome that Referral Maker includes that for you. Uncle Tim, do you want to go over your yellow tablet method that you were talking about here this morning?
Well, if you're not using one of those three systems, there still is the old yellow tablet method. And, we might laugh about that, but Tommy Pasavic, I don't know if you know him from Landmark Commercial Realty, he walks around with 3 or 4 of these a day. And on this tablet is every one of his clients at his fingertips. And the point is whether it's a yellow tablet, a card file system, the Referral Maker, Top Producer, or Bouge, you got to have a system, whatever that system is, to keep track of your clients and keep track of your calls and that type of thing. I do know, like I said, I really like the fact that our Referral Maker takes the top 100 AAA clients that we have and sends that item of value out every month. We actually run 2 systems, probably not the most efficient way, but then Ken will take our Top Producer system and he'll email our database, which has everybody in it, to a postcard company that sends out a postcard like once a quarter. So we use that system too. So I don't know, is there anybody else that has a system that maybe is a little bit different than this?
Tim, actually there is one more free system that is available to all of us to use, and that's the Bright system. Actually, you can use that as a CRM, although there is no next call date. But what you can do is you can set up a auto email. Let's say you have a buyer that lives in Good Hope South. You can set up an automatic search, and you can have it sent to yourself or concierge. And whenever a property in Good Hope South comes up, you can contact that. That'll be your notice to contact that particular client and just say, hey, a house came up in your neighborhood. Just wanted to see if you were looking to sell anytime soon, or know if anybody that wants to be your neighbor. So that could be a pretty simple system that you can use for free too.
Okay, good. Thank you. That's it for me, Brooks. I don't have any more info on CRMs, but thank you for that.
No problem.
What's the topic for next week?
Next week, I believe we have Guy Fry joining us, and we're going to talk about, what interest rates look like this coming year, and, that kind of financial picture for buyers if interest rates go up.
And then just so you know, Poppy and I are meeting today with a tax attorney to learn more about how to set up your wealth building part of your life in a better direction. So, I'm interested to attend this meeting today. We'll report back what we learned from the meeting. And if the guy is good enough, maybe we can have him get on a Zoom call with us sometime to advise people how to take the assets that they're building and make them more or less taxable in the event of death or something like that.
Yeah, that would be great to have him maybe jump on one of these Tuesday meetings and,
Right.
and
Yep.
talk to us about it.
Yep. Sounds good. Well, thank you, Brooks.
No problem. You guys have a great rest of your week. If you guys have any questions that you think of between now and next week and want to ask about CRMs, give me a call, shoot me a text, let me know.
Brooks, I'd like to jump in for a minute and just say to everybody on the call, with these CRMs, consistency is everything. When you're doing this every day, every week, for the rest of this year, you wind up with success, like Michelle, like Kemp, like Kara, like Stacy. You must be consistent in all that you do. The other thing is, there's going to be mistakes learned or had happen to you on the learning curve. Don't give up. Be persistent. Make sure that you spend enough time to learn that system, because once you learn it, it is so invaluable to you. It's a very integral part of the success that Tim and I have had over the years by having that system and being consistent. Hopefully everybody's going to have a great week. And I'm saying it in advance, happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Have a great day.
All right, guys, see you next week.